Namaskar and a very warm welcome to NCRT's live interactive program. I am Neha Tripathi. We are here with a session of webinar. Today's topic is creating assessments using Papershala. Papershala is an online examination software which creates unlimited online exams. We have with us Mr. Amarnath Venkatgiri. He is joining us from Sriharikota. He is TGT Mathematics at Space Central School in Satish Dhawan Space Center, ISRO. Welcome to the webinar, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening.
Before we start our conversation for the day, here I want to add that you can ask your questions related to the topic on our toll-free numbers 1800111265 and 1800112199. You can also send your queries on our official YouTube channel, NCRT Official, in the comment section. And you can mail us your questions. You can mail us at ciet.kishormanch@gmail.com. So let's begin the session and we will take up your questions at the end of the session. So keep posting us. Sir, Mr. Amarnath, if we can start our session with the understanding that how do you do these online assessments? Basically, what difference you feel in school, in person doing these online assessments, and how useful, beneficial these online assessments can be. If you can explain us in brief, and then we can start with the session.
Sure, ma'am. Before that, I would like to thank CIT training team for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So this assessment tool, Papershala, is a very good tool for assessing the children. And right now, the present situation, that is COVID situation, all the classes are going on online. We can assess the children using this software. I will be going through the slides and presentation, and I'll be letting you know what exactly is Papershala and how it is different from other softwares available in the market.
Sure, we can go ahead, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Please. As we told you, Papershala is an online assessment tool. So it is very beneficial for the teachers and the educators specifically to, conduct online exams in these situations when we are at home, and also assess your students at the same time. So we can go ahead, Mr. Amarnath.
Yes, ma'am. So this is about an online assessment tool, Papershala, which is available freely in internet. So what exactly is Papershala? Papershala is an online exam software. You would have seen many other softwares using for this same purpose. But what exactly this Papershala, any features in this Papershala, like student registration, student verification, question banks, exam schedules. We can schedule our exams as and when we want. And we'll also get instant report cards. And finally, as a teacher, I'd like to know the result of the students. So I'll be able to generate overall student report. Then here comes a question. What are the advantages of this Papershala when we have many software tools in the market? Let you know, easy navigation. When you open into the website, little bit knowledge about systems, you can easily create an assessment. And important thing is, we have unlimited exams and unlimited questions. We can give as many as exams as possible, and we can include as many questions as possible. And the experience will be very rich. You can easily see a real-time environment of an online examination. And finally, examination tools in this market, after 1 or 2 trials, they'll be asking you to pay some money. But here in this Papershala, it is completely free. At least for 1 year, it is completely free. In this 1 year, you can conduct as many exams as possible. So it is really a good software to all the teachers to conduct their exams. So some of the screenshots I have taken from their website, that is Papershala. So it is supported by all the systems like desktops, laptops, Mac systems, tab supported, mobile supported. Even the children who are at home, they can take the exam right sitting at home on their mobiles. Then what about question banks? We have multifunctional question banks in this particular website. We can have multiple choice questions, already saved questions. We can use the questions of other teachers who already conducted the exam. Then student dashboard, like in this we'll be having two options. One is admin dashboard and the student dashboard. A student dashboard where the student will be able to understand the things easily and he can write the exam very easily, user friendly and student friendly. He will not be confused anymore to write the exam. And powerful admin panel. Dear listeners, I have gone through many software applications to conduct online assessments, but this particular Papershala will give you really very good powers as an admin. You can customize the exam as per your wish. And how it works. If you see the screen, we have admin panel and student panel. You can have a demo when you log into their website. That will show you demo websites, like how as an admin you can work and how as a student you can learn. So these things will be having demos. Registration and login. First we have to register from our institute site. So these are the details for registration, like your institution short name, full name. So these details will be entering one by one, and all these things we are going to have a demo and we'll be learning more what exactly we are going to do with this. These are the login details. We have to enter our email ID, registered email ID and password. So this is how exactly our profile, institute profile looks. I have created my own profile for our school, Space Central School. You can see the details one by one, and you'll be having a doubt, like suppose if I have 100 students, how can I register all those? We have an advantage in this website that we'll be discussing later. And these are the steps after entering into the website. What are the steps you have to follow to create an assessment? They have given very clearly what are the steps we have to do. If we follow these steps clearly one by one, like adding group, adding category, adding subcategory, and so on, and with these easy things, you can easily create an assessment. So this is how it looks, the dashboard of the admin. So how many questions we have created, what are the group lists, how many groups we have created. We can create n number of groups. Suppose if I'm teaching from class 6th to class 12th, I can create a group for class 6th, class 7th, and so on. Even you can create for class 11th MPC group, BIPC group. So as many groups you want, you can create. And this is the screenshot where you can add a new group. You just have to enter the group name, and if you just click the button add new group, yes, the group is created. Once group is created, what are the next steps? We have to go for categories. What are the main categories? Which subject you want to add? All these things will be entering in this particular screen. Then adding a new group, user list. So you can see these are the users I have already added in the group. So all these are belong to class 7th. If you see here, mobile and email ID, I just blocked them for safety reasons. That's it. But all these things will be displayed. So this is the window where we can add new user. First name, last name, mobile number, email, password, and selecting our group. So these things we can add a new user. And when it comes to question papers, we can add n number of questions. Recently, I created one test for my students, and you can see the sample question paper and sample questions, how I added questions, answers, and everything. So this is the screen for adding a new question. How you can add new question. So select question type. It is multiple choice question or fill in the blank type. Select question language. You can also select the language, only Hindi, only English. If you want to have both Hindi and English, it is possible here. A number of options. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. A direct add new question in paper. Suppose you have created a question paper. At the last moment, you thought that you can add one more question. So using this window, you can add one more question to the question paper. These are the papers list. How many question papers you have added. I have added 2 papers. You can see integers, fractions, and decimals for class 7 and simple mathematics for primary children. So these are the 2 papers I have created. All the papers we have created. Question paper for assessment, paper type, paper name, paper instructions. Here you can give complete instructions to the students how they can write the test. Minimum percentage required, marks per question, paper duration, and the main advantage is you can have negative marking scheme in this particular software tool. Then paper start date, paper end date. If you see here, paper start date, you can create the test today, you can fix the date, and you can share that link with your students. Even if they log in and click on that link, and they'll be getting a pop-up window, your exam is not available. So this particular link will be activated only the time mentioned by the teacher. And these are the notifications managers we have, like what are the exams available for the teacher, how he can go through these things, and he can activate them. From end user, so these are the things from the teacher side. What about from end user? How a student will be feeling? So this is the dashboard of the student. So in this dashboard, he will be having 4 windows. Papers need to attempt. Are there any papers pending? Or exam already going on? Suppose exam has started at 10 o'clock, but the student came to the examination hall or he took mobile at 10:15. So in this, it will be showing one exam is pending. That means exam is going on. Else, after that, again, he'll be having 2 windows, exam paper passed, exam paper failed. Based on the result, the student will be getting the results immediately. These are the papers available for the user. You can see these things. So what are the papers available? What exams he has written, and results are available. In this screen, the student will be seeing the result page. When you click on that results, complete result of that particular exam will be displayed. What is the paper name, paper category, start date, end date, how many questions were there, how many questions he has attempted, and how many questions were wrong. So like this, he'll be getting a graphical representation of the result. How many correct answers, how many incorrect answers, how much time he has spent for each and every question. That is also displayed as a bar graph, you can see here. And this is a very useful link for the students. If you see on the screen, we have 25 numbers. Each number represents the particular question. If the student is given and what is the correct answer, whether it is correct or wrong, the student can check instantly after the exam. So suppose if the student clicks on question number 5, that shows that, yes, with the green symbol, it will show, yes, that student has attempted it correctly. If the student clicks on question number 23, it shows that, yes, the student has attempted it wrongly with this sign. So after the exam, so students have taken the exam. Now, what are the advantages of the teacher? After the exam, what exactly a teacher wants? Those things will be displayed. We'll be having a complete report. How many marks, for how many marks we have conducted, how many students have taken the exam. Even while during the exam, this will show us candidates list who still don't attempt this paper. So using these phone numbers, we can call to the student and we can inform you have to attend the paper, the exam already started. If at all they would have forgot about this exam, they can easily come and write the exam. And this is about result. The good thing about this Papershala website is we can export the results in Excel sheet for further analysis or in PDF format. so that the analyzation of the results will be easy for the teacher as well. So these are the things we are going to have in our demo now. Create a group, how to create a paper, how to add questions. We'll be having a live demo now. So based on that, you'll be understanding in a better way. Shall we go for a demo, ma'am?
Yes, of course. We can start with the demo now. People are actually waiting. Our viewers are asking if we can see this, how all these things, the things that you have shown on the slides, how they can do it in real form. So we can you can share that browsing and we can go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So now we are going to have a demo how exactly this Papershala works. So when you go to Google, please type Papershala. So it will be displayed. Papershala online examination software. Just click on that. This is the home window, how exactly it looks when you log in into papershala.com. On the right corner, top corner, we can see login and free institute registration. We'll start with free institute registration. So these are the details we have: institute name, institute full form, director name, institute address, district, state, pin code. So all these things we have to enter. And when you click on register now, your institute will be registered with the Papershala. Now this is the login. So I click on login. As I have already created one link for our organization. So we'll be having a demo. Now email, I'll be entering my email and password. So after entering email ID and password, this is the dashboard of my institute, Space Central School. So you can clearly see here the dashboard. We have 2 question papers on server, total 27 questions, 35 users and 2 total groups. So if you see here on the left side, we have dashboard, questions, papers, users, groups and categories. So we have to start with groups. When you click on all groups, you can see here, these are the groups already there in this login: default group and class 7th group. So today we are going to create one more group, add new group. So group name. So as it is a webinar on Papershala, we'll have CIET webinar group. So group added successfully. You can see here on the window, we have CIET webinar.
Mr. Amarnath, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
To go to Papershala, you just use Google and type Papershala and you can, straight away go to the software. You can start using this tool.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We are going to that one.
Yes.
So then we have to add categories, like add main category, subcategory and these things. Now main category. Suppose if I want to conduct an exam in geometry. So this is my main category, geometry. So I have created main category, geometry. So select main category, geometry and subcategory name. Suppose if I want to conduct exam on circles. So subcategory is circles. We have to click to add that subcategory. If you see this window on the right side, you have now geometry and it is in active state. So all the main categories we have and total number of questions we have, status and actions. If you see these things, suppose first one, default main category, you can activate or you can deactivate it. When you don't want to use this, you just deactivate. No need to delete it completely. Now, afterwards, how to add questions in this particular thing. When you click on questions, we have three options: all questions, add a new question, and direct question, add in paper. So I'll be clicking on all questions. When you click on all questions, these are the questions already are there on the server. So total we have some 25 to 20 questions on the server. Now I want to add a new question. So again, questions, add a new question. When you click on add a new question, automatically the window will be directed like this. So select question type. When you click on that, multiple choice single answer and only English, and number of options 4. So for timing, we'll have 2 options. Next. When you click on next, this is the way the window will be displayed. Select main category. It is geometry. So my main category is geometry. Subcategory circles. Select level, and it is very important for the teachers. Here we have 2 simple, hard, and 2 hard. At which level you are asking the question? Suppose if I ask a question, simple question, here we have to type the question. Suppose my question is, I'm typing the question now. Radius of a circle is half of. This is the question. Radius of a circle is half of. Now, option 1, diameter, and option 2, circumference. Very simple question. So we know that radius of a circle is half of diameter. When you see here, option 1 and option 2, here itself you have to select which is the correct option. So I have selected here, diameter is the correct option. Then click on submit button. Question added successfully. Now we'll be checking whether this question is added on the server or not. Again, questions, click on all questions. When you click on all questions, we can use search bar. I just type circle. So you can see here, radius of a circle is half of diameter, and under which category we have added this? Geometry. What exactly the subcategory? Level simple. If you see the status, active, that means this question is added in the question paper. Now I can deactivate it by clicking on the last option. Click here to deactivate. Now, if you see the status of the question again we'll be checking. If you see now, the same question, status is deactive. That means this question is in deactive state. If you want to add this question in the question paper, you just have to activate it. So it is activated. Question activate successfully. After questions, then papers. How many question papers we have in this login or server? When you click on all papers, that will be showing here, integers and simple maths. So these are the papers available here. If you look here in this particular thing, start date, end date, total number of questions, duration, and all those things. Now we'll be editing the details. I'll be selecting the first paper to show you a demo. So here we have 4 icons. First one is click here to see the details. These are the details of the paper. And we'll be having an option, edit paper details. Please click on edit paper details. Now here you can change the paper name. So I'll be changing my paper name as geometry. So this is my new name, and I have given some instructions. Paper start date, when I want to start this paper. So today is 3rd June. So I'll be scheduling it for 4th June, for tomorrow. And what is the time? 10 o'clock. So paper end time and date. So 4th June around 12 o'clock. Paper duration 75 minutes. Let me change it to 60 minutes. Minimum pass percentage. And here, as you know that minimum pass percentage is 35% or 40%. Based on your assessment, you can write here. Score, correct score. Suppose if the question is correct, how many marks should be given? 2. Incorrect score. Suppose if the question is wrong, if you want to add negative marking, you can add here. So I'm adding 1. That means 1 negative mark. If a question is wrong, -1 will be deducted from his score. Weave answer. You have to be very careful. After the exam, if you click on S, the student will be able to weave the answer after the exam. Send email notifying alerts. That means whenever you create an exam, when you click on notify alerts, all the students will be notified through their email that they have an exam scheduled. Question sequence randomly. So this will be useful for all of you, for all the teachers. When you click on question sequence randomly, if the students are sitting randomly also, even the students are sitting side by side, the question sequence will be different for both of them. Even the answers sequence will be different for both of them. Again, select group. So here we have 3 groups: default group, class 7, CIET webinar. Now I'll be clicking on CIET webinar. Just now we have created this. And if you want to conduct the same test for, suppose you are conducting a test on personality development, but you have class 7th, class 8th, class 9th, class 10th. You can select all the groups at that time and you can conduct the test. So this is how we are adding the groups and we are setting the paper. Now after everything, we have to sub. That means I have created a paper under the name geometry. So again, we'll go back to the papers. If you see here, all papers. Now you can see here, paper name geometry, start date 4th June, end date 4th June. We have these things. Now, if you click on paper result, these are the things we have after creating the paper. All the results will be displayed. You can click on export the result. If you want to have in PDF form, you can get it. If you want to have in Excel form, you can have it. Now I'll be clicking on PDF export just to show you. It will be asking you where exactly you want to save it. Just I'm saving it as CIET result. So save. Now I saved it. When you click on that, this is how the result will be displayed. How many students have taken the exam, passed or failed. So you'll be getting each and every details. At what time, even you'll be getting at what time the student has taken the exam. So these are the things we have here. Out. Now papers. If you click on purchased questions upload, we'll be having, when you go, these are the, whatever we are talking, it is about free software. It is for 1 year. If you want to conduct the same exam for more than 100 students, then you have to subscribe this. The only limit for this Papershala website is, it is limited to a maximum of 100 students. If you want to conduct it for beyond 100, then you have to purchase for some amount. But within 100, you can conduct n number of exams and n number of questions can be added. You can have as many assessments as possible during this particular year. Now, if you click on dashboard, so whatever we have seen now, again, these things will be uploaded, updated in the dashboard screen. 7 questions. We have added a question. Now it has come 28 questions on the server. It was 2 groups before this session. Now we have 3 groups. We have added CIET as a 3rd group. So these things we can have in a detail. Now these are the users, and very importantly, after adding some 25 students, after adding some 25 students, if we want to deactivate few students, you can see the buttons here, like a student status. Suppose first name is some Surya Teja, status active. Just by clicking it, you can deactivate the student. Out of 25 students, first suppose tomorrow I have scheduled an exam. Out of 25 students, only 15 have taken the exam, 10 were absent. Again, those 10 requested me, sir, we want to write the exam. So I can deactivate the 15 students and I can again conduct exam for remaining 10 students. This is one more very good property we have in Papershala. Now, users. When you click on users, you'll be having all users, add new user. Now, see here, all users. So these are the users already we have added. These many users we have. You can deactivate them, you can activate them. If you want to add a new user, I hope this is very crucial step in registration. So adding a new user. If you see this list, you have first name, last name, mobile number, email ID, password. As an admin, you can update all these details. You can update all these details. And the only question is, suppose as a teacher, I can enter some 10 names, 20 names, but if the list of the students is more than 90, how can I add all these things? Then for this, you have a provision here. Click on profile. If you see this particular window, the third one, login link with institute details or direct registration link. If you see this particular link, you just have to share this particular link with your student.
We can't hear you, Mr. There is some technical. I can't hear Mr. Nath. Sir, can you hear us? Sir, can you hear us? If you can hear us, please check with your connection. I think we have lost connection. Amarnath sir, can you hear us? Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
can you hear us, sir? Yes. I just lost the connection. I believe I could not hear you. If you can continue. Now we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. One more thing that was coming in my mind while you are describing all these things, that the question that you have created.
When you click
and yeah. Can you hear us, sir?
So these are the things we have. Add new user. Yes, ma'am.
Just a question that was coming in my mind. I can hear you, ma'am. Yes.
May I continue, ma'am?
Just a question that was coming in my mind. I wanted to put in here that you are adding these questions.
Yes, ma'am.
When you are adding these questions, and luckily you are working on a maths topic.
Yes, ma'am.
Which generally our viewers have issue with the maths topic, like how to put in symbols and all. So when you are creating a maths question paper, can we put in symbols like some trigonometric symbols or algebraic expressions and all while creating a question, while preparing a question paper?
Yes, ma'am. We have that opportunity here. We can add these questions using symbols, and even sometimes some of the teachers will not be able to enter all those details. Even they can upload questions in the form of images. They can take a screen, they can take a photo, just cut it and paste it as a question.
Okay.
So no need to write also.
Yes, you can go ahead, sir.
So
thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So add new user, and why I have told you this is very crucial. If you see email here, once you have entered an email, that will be linked to that particular student. So for every student, only one email ID is valid. Even while entering, if you have entered it wrongly, then you can't edit it. Again, you have to create a new email ID. So you may get a question, is there any solution? Yes, we have a solution. The solution is we just have to send that particular details to this particular website admin. I have contacted them about these details. They have told, sir, when you send a mail, sir, so and so username, I entered my email ID wrongly. Immediately they'll be changing all those details. So as of now, as an admin, we don't have that right to change the email ID, but the website people, when you contact them, immediately within 10-15 minutes, they'll respond you and they'll do the favor for you. So this is how we can add. So we can add a name like
I'm not again able to hear you, Mr. Amarnath. I don't know. There is some technical issue with me or with you. I'm not able to hear you, sir. Can you hear us now? Sir, you need to unmute yourself. Yes, sir. In the end, there is some technical issue. I'm not able to hear you at times, and I believe that even the viewers are not able to. If you can continue.
Is it audible, ma'am?
Yeah, now I can. Please go ahead.
Is it audible now, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
So we are creating a user. We are updating the things. So I entered first name, last name, mobile number, and email ID, password, and this password, whatever password you are updating here, this will be the same password to all the students. So you can send the link, examination link. Suppose if the exam starts at 10 o'clock, you can share this password at just 5 or 10 minutes before the start of the exam. So they can use this password. Now I'm entering the password. Now I have to select a group. So we have here 3 groups: default group, class 7th and class this one, CIT webinar. I have selected add new user. So I clicked on add new user.
Some errors are going on. We are about to end the session just 10 minutes later. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
We're just left with 10 minutes of the session, and I hope you'll be able to finish. There are some errors going on. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
So you can see here all users. This is the list of the users, and how we can edit these details. Suppose if I click on randomly, suppose I want to edit the details of the second student. Click here to edit the details. If you observe here, I can enter the name, but when you click on email ID, this you can't enter because this is unique to each and every student.
Yes.
You can't edit email ID of the particular student. So update user details, update user password, these things you can easily update. At the same time, after updating the results, again, this will go back to the previous window, that is list of all users, where we can deactivate the users one by one. We'll be going to that window and I'll show you what exactly the links available in that particular window. If you see now here, we have status and action. If you see the first user is in deactivated state, I just click on activate the user, and now first user you can see it is activated. So like this, you can activate and deactivate the students whenever you want. You can conduct multiple exams. Suppose you feel that in your class some 10 students are above average, so you can have a different set of questions, separate exam for them. there'll be slow learners in the class. For them also, you can have a simple questions and you can have a separate exam for them. Now you can see, before that it was, if you see here, it was deactivated state. Now it is in active state. That means this particular student is actually added in the group. So these are the features we have in this particular Papershala. Like any teacher can easily conduct the exam with having minimum knowledge about technology by following step-by-step procedures exactly given in the website itself. They had given an easy guide how to start this, how to create an assessment, how to take results, how to export results. You feel better and you feel excited when you are really using this. And finally, I can say that when you have the student, the user, when he's taking the exam, the experience what the student feels when he takes the exam is really, really good. Because I got the feedback from the students who took this exam, and they really felt that as though they are like writing some IIT exam, a NEET exam. The experience, like time will be scrolling on one corner, like the time left out is 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and it will be showing how many questions correctly, how many questions are left out. You can go back to the question. So this creates a kind of a real-time online environment where the student feels he is writing a top level exam. Even so, these things will be helpful for all the teachers as well, because nowadays it is all about blended learning, how you are teaching in the classroom and how you are assessing your children, because everything is going on online now. So this particular Papershala tool will be very, very useful for teachers to have online assessments and to generate reports. Even you can have printout of the question papers, very helpful.
Can I take a few questions, sir, from our viewers?
Yes, ma'am.
There's one of our viewer, Mr. E. Mallikarjun Reddy.
Yes, ma'am.
Good tool. This is what they are saying. Good tool. But what are the types of questions supported in the software? Is it possible to assess descriptive type questions as well?
Okay, very good question. Because when it comes to descriptive type question, a student has to write long answers. Suppose if I'm conducting an English exam, if I ask write an essay about something, it is not possible for the student to write complete essay on online. But we can have some rubrics, like if we have these particular points in that particular essay, we can give marks. Again, we have to go through the questions. We have to go through the answers. So we can create, it's like we can create the exam even for descriptive type. The only thing is we have to go through the answers one by one.
Okay, and if we can compare results of different exams for a particular student?
Yes, ma'am. Even we have that one, like we have to select the student and what exams he have taken. He has taken, all the things will be displayed in his particular login. Okay. So we can compare the results. Okay. What exams he has taken, how many exams he has taken. For each and everything, graphs will be displayed. We can compare the results.
Okay. And do you see any difference in these assessments like we do in the class and we do online?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you find, as a teacher, do you find any difference in assessing online or?
So sometimes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, there is a difference. Like when they write exam in the classrooms, some students will feel lazy. Some students will not be able to put their mind.
Okay.
Suppose when you go for online exam, they can comfortably, without any tension, they can sit at home, they can easily write the exam. Even I could see the results of the students are better than direct exams. They are doing well in online exams.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Amarnath, for joining us and explaining us this Papershala online exam software in detail.
So it will be useful to have online exams.
Yes, we understood
compared to real-time classroom exams.
Okay, that's very true. And these days we need it as well. As you have explained the Pathshala features like student registration, verification, we can prepare question banks, we can, schedule our exams, we can resume our exams once it is done also. Then also instant report card can be sent to the students, and overall student report card can also be prepared. Any disadvantage you see, Mr. Amarnath? Any shortcomings? Everything has a pros and a cons to faces. So we have already talked about. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The only disadvantage is it is limited to only 100 students. If you want to have exam for more than 100 students, then you have to pay some money and take those features. If it is less than 100, I think obviously as a teacher, I will not be having more than 100 students in my class. It is limited to 35 to 40 students.
Yes,
so I can use this freely and without any money also.
Okay, and as you have listed the advantages very well in the opening only, that easy navigation, unlimited exams, unlimited questions we can offer to our students, and experience is very good while we are using this app. Of course, due to some technical issues, we were not able to, join in clearly. But of course, if you want to watch this video again, you can go to our official YouTube channel, NCERT Official, and watch it there again for more specifications if you need related to the subject, related to this software. Thank you so much, Mr. Amarnath, for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am.
That will be all for this session. And after a short